So in the last couple of weeks, we were discussing about the pastime of Lord Varaha. We have seen that how Diti kept the embryo within her womb only for 100 years. Afterwards, by the will of the providence, the two children were born and they grew up very big. And the younger brother, Hiranyaksa, for the pleasure of the elder brother, he immediately went to Swarga and he fought with Indra. He defeated Indra very easily. And then he wanted to fight with other devatas, but none of them could stand in front of him and they were going here and there. They were fled off just by looking at Hiranyaksha, his gigantic body and his strength and power. And finally, with the intention to find out an equal opponent, he entered into the ocean. He was fighting with the waves of the ocean. He was hitting the waves with his club. He went to Varuna, the ocean god, and he asked Varuna for a fight. And Varuna told, I became old. I cannot fight with you. But you can have good fight with Lord Vishnu, who just appeared and lifting the Bhumandala somewhere nearby. So trying to find out the whereabouts of Lord Vishnu, he met Narada Muni on the way. And Narada Muni told, yeah, you can find Vishnu somewhere here in the Garbhodaka ocean. So Hiranyaksha went there. As Hiranyaksha went there, Lord Varaha was lifting the Bhumandala from the Garbhodaka ocean. Because of the Pralaya, which was informed by Lord Matsya to King Satyavrata, the Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka and Sargaloka were completely destroyed. And Bhuloka, that is Bhumandala, was submerged into Garbhodaka ocean. And then eventually, by the will of the providence, by the desire of Lord Brahma, Daksha begot children. He begot 60 daughters. They were given in marriage to various personalities. Especially 10 of them were given to Dharma and 27 were given to Moon and 17 were given to Kashyapa. And through those 17 wives, Kashyapa begot so many children. And one among them was Aditi. She gave birth to Adityas. One among the Adityas were Aryama. Aryama gave birth to human beings. And now, where the human beings are supposed to stay? So the place went for human beings was Bhuloka, and the Bhuloka is submerged into Garbhodaka ocean. Now all the sages, headed by Kashyapa and Daksha, they all prayed to Lord Vishnu. So, my dear Lord, please do something. The Bhumandala, which is meant for the human beings who are just created, is submerged into Garbhodaka ocean. You do something so that they will get a place to stay. So then, Lord appeared as Varaha and he was lifting the Bhumandala from water. This time, Lord appeared as Neela Varaha, blue or bluish or blackish, whatever you can say. In that color, he appeared. Neela Varaha. So he was lifting the Bhumandala from the waters. That time, Hiranyaksha came and he started hurling insulting words at Lord Varaha, saying that you amphibious beast, you water animal, how dare you to take away our property? I defeated Indra. That means everything in the universe belongs to me. I'm the Lord of the universe. My brother is the monarch and everything belongs to us. How dare you to take away our property? And then so many other things. He hurls at Lord Varaha and he says that if at all you dare to live, you fight with me and leave that property of mine aside. You can't live if you take it any further. So Lord did not pay any attention to the insulting words of Hiranyaksha because Mother Earth was feeling a little bit afraid. What is going to happen again? I will fall down into Garbhodaka ocean or what? So Lord Varaha slowly lifted her up and he went a little bit away from Hiranyaksha and expanded himself as Kurma. And now Kurma is floating in the Garbhodaka ocean. And Lord Varaha kept the Bhumandala on the back of Kurma. And now Lord Varaha started saying that, yes, what can be done? I'm the forest animal. So I'm the forest animal like lion and looking for the Grama Simha, the lion of the village, dog, and looking for the dogs to teach them a lesson. So then Hiranyaksha became very angry. How dare you to call me dog? I will kill you, I will stay there. Then Lord says, where else I can go? I have already developed enmity with you. So I have to fight with you. Wherever I may go, you are there. You are so powerful, you can be there everywhere. So I'll stand here only. I'll fight with you. Come. Please, let us fight. So like that, Lord also agreed for the fight, because now Lord is kind of he has kept Bhumandala in a stable place, and his task of rescuing the Bhumandala from what is done. So now what remained is just to teach a lesson to Hiranyaksa, who was simply boasting. So then Lord Vishnu is getting ready to fight, and Hiranyaksa is also getting ready to fight. Now the rest of the chapter is all about the fight that is going to take place between the two Herculean and powerful and strong personalities. That will be the discussion. Today the all class is all about the fight between Hiranyaksa and Lord Varaha only. So we completed up to the 13th verse last week, wherein Maitreya is going to take the discussion now. So Hiranyaksa spoke some insulting words, and Lord also gave back the same insulting words. So unable to tolerate those words, like a snake is trampled by the feet of a person, the snake becomes very angry and starts hissing at the person. Similarly, Hiranyaksa started hissing upon Lord Varaha. Now the fight will begin, starting from text number 14 onwards. Srujan amarshita swasan
सृजन्नमर्षिता श्वासन्
manyu
मन्यु प्रचलेन्द्रियः
asadyatara daityo
आसाद्य सा दैत्यो गदया नयनधरिम्. Translation: hissing indignantly, all his senses shaken by wrath, the demon quickly sprang upon the Lord and dealt him a blow with his powerful mace.
So, letting out his breath, the angry demon, whose senses were agitated with wrath, quickly approached the Lord and struck him with his club. So he was hissing like a snake, and he ran toward the Lord with his mace, and he began to hit on the chest of the Supreme Lord. Then what did the Lord do? Bhagavamstu gadavegam
Bhagavanastu gadabegam
visrishtam ripunorasi
Visushtam ripunorasi
avanchaya tirashino
Avasasatirasino
yoga ruda ivantakam
Yoga Ivantakam. Translation: The
punargadam
Lord
swamadaya
Punargada Samadaya
brahmayantam abhikshnasha
Ramayantang Abhikshasa
abhyadavadari kruddha
Abhyadava Hari Krudha
sambramba drishta dachadam
Sambradava Mudaicham. Translation:
no, wait. See, four slokas are there in the slide. See the slide also. Tatascha gadayaratim
Tatascha Gadayaratim
dakshinasyam bruvi prabhu
Dakhinashyam Nubi Prabho
ajagne sadutam soumya
Ajane tu Satam Samya
gadaya kovidohanat
Gadaya Kovidamhanam
evam gadabhyam gurvibhyam
Evam Gadabhyam Gubhidam
haryaksho harirevacha
Harikyo Harirevacha
jigishaya susamrabdav
Jigisaya Susambhaddo
अन्योन्यम अभिजग्नतु
Anyanam Abhijoga Hantuhu.
Yeah. Read Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. The Lord, however, by moving slightly aside, dodged the violent mass blow aimed at his breast by the enemy, just as an accomplished yogi would elude death. The personality of God had now exhibited his anger and rushed to meet the demon, who beats his lip in rage, took off his mask again and began to repeatedly run this it's about. Then with his mace, the Lord struck the enemy on the right of his brow. But since the demon was expert in fighting, O gentle Vidura, he protected himself by uncover his own mace. In this way, the demon Hiranyaksa and the Lord, the personality of Godhead, stalk each other with their huge mace, each engaged in seeking his own victory.
So this talks about the fight between both the personalities. Moving sideways, the Lord avoided the blow of the club released by his enemy, which was aimed at the chest of the Lord, just as an accomplished yogi avoids death. So as Hiranyaksa running towards Lord Varaha, he threw his mace, which was supposed to hit on the chest of the Lord, but suddenly Lord moved aside. The Gada fell at some other place. And it is compared to just like a yogi avoids death. Normally, all of us will die in this world. But a Ashtanga yogi, by raising his prana from Muladhara Chakra all the way up to Ajna Chakra, piercing through Brahmarandra, he voluntarily gives up the body. And then passing through Vaishwanara Loka and all other lokas, Maharloka, Janloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, piercing through 7 universal layers, enters into Brahman. So that cannot be called as death, because he is voluntarily giving up the body. If somebody is forcefully thrown out of the body, that is called death. So like that. Same way, the Supreme Lord, the mace which is about to hit the Lord just moved aside. So he just escaped from the hitting. The angry Lord pursued the demon, who bit his lip in rage, and taking up his club again, willed it about repeatedly. The Lord went aside, and then Hiranyaksa came and took up his mace, and again began to hit at the Lord. O Vidura, the Lord struck the enemy on his right brow with his club. So before Hiranyaksha could hit the Lord hit on the right brow by his own club. The demon, expert in fighting, struck the club of the Lord, which did not reach him. So before the Lord's club would hit on the right side of the demon kind of defended himself by keeping his own mace in between. So in this way, Hiranyaksha and the Lord, both enraged, struck at each other with a desire to win using their huge clubs. Basically, they were trying to hit each other, but before the mace could hit them, they were trying to block them, right? The opponent's mace with their own mace. So like that, they were eager to hit each other and then become victorious and other things. So like that, the war is going on. Tayo prudostigma gada hatagnaya.
तयोस्पृधोस्ति स्म गदा हताङ्गयोः
शताश्रवाग्राण विवृद्धमन्यवो
शतास्रवघ्राणविवृद्धमन्वयोः गोः
विचित्रमार्गां चरतोर्जिगीषया
विचित्रमार्गांश्चरतो जिगीषया
व्यबाद इलायाम् इव सुष्मिनोर्मुदा
व्यभादिलायामिव शुष्मिणो मृधा. Translation: There was keen rivalry between the two combatants. Both had sustained injuries on their bodies from the blows of each other's pointed maces, and each grew more and more enraged at the smell of blood on his person. In their eagerness to win, they perform maneuvers of various kinds, and their contest looked like an encounter between two forceful bulls for the sake of a cow. Hare Krishna.
So when the two rival combatants, Lord Varaha and Hiranyaksa, their bodies struck with the sharp clubs, increased their anger with the smell of flowing blood, and made various movements with a desire to win upon the other. And because of that, both of them appear like two bulls fighting over a cow. Because both of them are fighting for the Bhumandala only, Mother Earth Bhudevi. Hiranyaksha saying Bhudevi is mine, and Lord says, fight with me. So in that way. So two bulls are fighting for a cow, like that, the fight is going on between these two personalities. So while the fighting is going on, so Hiranyaksha would hit on the chest of the Lord, Lord would hit on the chest of the Hiranyaksha, would like that. There would be so many injuries on the bodies of both the personalities. So Vishnu Purana says that, so when Lord would hit on the body of Hiranyaksha, Hiranyaksha's body would spring forth the blood. The blood would come out like a spring, and that blood would fall upon the Lord's transcendental body. By the end of the fight, the Lord's whole body was drenched with the blood of Hiranyaksha. So even though Lord was bluish in color when he appeared, because his whole body was covered with the blood of Hiranyaksa, Lord appeared to be like reddish, Lord Varaha. That's why Lord is also called as Rakta Varaha, because his whole body was filled with the blood of Hiranyaksa. That's how they were fighting with strong hittings with upon each other. When the two combatants, full of rivalry, increased in anger by the smell of blood flowing from their wounds, it appeared spectacular, like the fighting of two enraged bulls for a cow. In this way, the Lord and Hiranyaksha fought over the earth, fought over the Bhumandala. According to Amarkosha, the word Ila means earth, cow, words, or oblations. So here in the shloka is there, Vyabad Ilayam Iva. As if Vyabad Iva, as if two bulls are fighting for a cow. So one meaning of Ila is cow, other meaning of cow Ila is Mother Earth also. And also words and oblations. So there are different meanings in Sanskrit. So basically they were actually fighting, so seriously hitting each other, and their bodies are oozing the blood. So like, a very strong and hard fight is going on between them. Daityasya yajna vayavasya maya.
दैतस्य यज्ञावयवस्य माया
गृहीतवाराहतनोर्महात्मना
गृहीता वराहतनोर्महात्मनः
कौरव्यमह्यां द्विषतोर्विमर्दनम्
कौरव्यमाह्यं द्विषतोर्विमर्दनम्
दिदृक्षुरागादृशभिर्वृतस्वराट्
दिदेक्षुरागादृशिभिर्वृतस्वरात्. Translation: O descendants of Kuru, Brahma, the most independent demigod of the universe, accompanied by his followers, came to see the terrible fight for the sake of the world between the demon and the personality of Godhead, who appeared in the form of a boar. Correct.
So a great battle is happening between the Supreme Lord and one of his close associate. And who would not want to see that? So in order to see this fight, everyone assembled there in the sky. Oh Vidura, Brahma, surrounded by many sages, came to see the struggle between the combatants fighting for the earth. Between the Lord with the form of a boar, whose body is sacrificed and who had accepted his energy as his consort, and the demon. So fight is happening between the two personalities. One is the Supreme Lord, and whose body is transcendental and whose body is made up of sacrifice. And other one is demon. The Lord has assumed the form of a boar with his consort who accepted him as her husband, Maya Grihita. Jiva Goswami explained the phrase as accepting this form by his mercy. Swarat means Brahma. So Brahma came there to witness the fight. When Brahma came, along with Brahma, all the great sages from Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka also assembled there. And obviously the Swargaloka, the residents, the Devatas also will be there because fight is happening there only, all around. So everyone in the universe, all the celestial beings are crowded in the sky to see the fight that is happening between the Supreme Lord, who is Yajnamurti, who accepted Mother Earth as his consort, and Hiranyaksa, who was claiming that everything belongs to me. Something like that. So then, what happened? Asan Sanotiramapeta Sadvasam.
आसन्न सौन्दिरम् अपेत सास्वदम् साध्वसम्
Krita Pratikara Vikramam.
कृता प्रता प्रतिकरम् आहार्य विक्रमम्
Vilakshya Daityam Bhagavan Sahasranir.
विलक्ष्य दैत्यम् भगवान् सहस्रनीर्
Jagada Narayanamadi
जगाद नारायणम् आदिशूकरम्. After arriving at the place of combat, Brahma, the leader of the thousands of sages and transcendentalists, saw the demon who had attained such unprecedented power that no one could fight with him. Brahma then addressed Narayana, who was assuming the form of a boar for the first time.
Seeing the fearful demon who had attained great power, opposing the Lord with insurmountable prowess, Brahma, the leader of 1,000 sages, addressed the Lord with the form of the original boar. So normally, when there is a fight going on between two people, obviously one person will be very strong, other person will be like less strong. So it seems to be an one-sided battle. But now, the two personalities are equally powerful. It is very difficult to judge who will be able to win now. So Brahma became a little bit tensed. What is going to happen? The fight seems to be equal. It's going to be tight. So he began to say a few words to Supreme Lord so that the Lord would attain victory. Something like that. The demon has assumed great power or intoxication. Saundiram. Brahma was the leader of the thousands of great sages. So all the sages who came along with Lord Brahma, the sages who are from Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, and because Brahma is their leader, on behalf of everyone assembled there, witnessing the fight, Lord Brahma began to speak to the Supreme Lord, thinking that this fight is not going to end anytime. Both are equally powerful. So the fight would continue for rest of eternity like that, it seems to be. So Lord Brahma began to speak to Lord Varaha. So by the way, very soon, if you remember, 22nd is Nityananda Trayodashi. 20th is Ekadashi. So Trayodashi before 2 days, Ekadashi. And the day between both is Dwadashi. That Dwadashi is the appearance day of Lord Varaha. That is called Varaha Dwadashi. So 1 day before Nityananda Trayodashi, what comes is Varaha Dwadashi. And we fast for Lord Varaha's appearance 1 day before. That is on Ekadashi. Ekadashi till noon we fast. And then after Janmashtami and before Radhashtami, after Radhashtami, there comes Ekadashi and then there comes Dwadashi. That Dwadashi is Vamana Dwadashi. Lord Vamana appeared on that Dwadashi just after Radhashtami. So for that time also we again fast on the Ekadashi day. So this particular Lord Varaha's pastime, which we are discussing now, his appearance day is very soon, maybe a week ahead. So 22nd is our Nityananda Trayodashi, 1 day before 21st. And today is 10th. So just 10 days, 10-11 days ahead is Varaha Dwadashi. So just I remember. So that day only, Lord Varaha appeared during the noon time. That is what is mentioned in the next verse. So the fight went all the way up till the evening. And Brahma says that no, you please kill this demon very quickly. Because when the night comes, the demons will become double powerful. Right now, he seems to be equal to you. And when the night comes, he will become more powerful than you. And then it may be difficult for you to defeat him. Then what to speak of killing him? So better kill him before sunset. So like that. So that is the intention with which Lord Brahma is going to speak. Brahma Vacha.
Brahma Uvacha.
Eshate Deva Devanam.
Yeshate Deva Devanam.
Angri Moolam Upeyusham.
Angri Moolam Upeyusham.
Vipranam Saurabhinam.
Vipranam Saurabheyinam.
Bhutanam Api Anagasam.
Bhutanam api anagasam.
Agaskrudbaya Kruddushkrad.
Agaskrud bayat krud drushkrad.
Asmad Radhavarosura.
Asmat Radhavaroshura.
Anveshan Apratirato.
Anveshan apratirato.
Lokan Atati Kantaka.
Lokan atati kantaka. Lord Brahma said, "My dear Lord, this demon has proved to be a constant pinprick to the demigods, the brahmanas, the cows, and innocent persons who are spotless and always dependent upon worshipping your lotus feet. He has become a source of fear by unnecessarily harassing them. Since he has attained a boon from me, he has become a demon, always searching for a proper combatant, wandering all over the universe for this infamous purpose."
Brahma said, this demon is an offender to the Devatas and to the devotees surrendered to your lotus feet, and to the Brahmanas, to the cows, and to all sinless living beings. Because in the time of birth, Hiranyaksa was wandering everywhere and is creating trouble to everyone. And wherever some Vishnu worship would go on, he would destroy and he would trouble them, he would torture them, he would punish them for no reason. So like that. He was like a big trouble for everyone, for the cows, for the Brahmanas, for the Vaishnavas, for the Devatas, for the sages, for everyone. That's what Brahmaji is saying, that he causes fear and then attacks them. First, if he creates fear in people, when the people are very much fearful, still he does not leave them, then he kills them. He attacks them and kills them. Having attained a boon from me without a proper opponent, searching everywhere, he wandered the universe giving trouble to all. It seems that he also got another boon from Brahma, that he should remain invincible by anyone. That means he is unconquerable by anyone. That's why no one can stand in front of him. And wherever he finds innocent people, he starts troubling them. So thus he was wandering all over the universe trying to find out an equal opponent. So giving trouble to everyone. Without purpose, he commits violence. For no reason, simply for his own evil pleasure, he creates violence to others. He gives fear to those who try to prevent his sinful acts. Seeing that they are afraid, he kills them or takes their property. He causes trouble to one and all. So like that, he is a trouble to entire universe in one sense. That's what Brahma is saying. So this fellow is not fit to live anymore. Please kill him immediately. For that request, Lord Brahma is stating all these things. Because he is the cause of trouble to one and all. So he is not supposed to live anymore. Please kill him immediately. So something like that. He is going to request. Mainam Mayavinam Druptam. Hare Krishna, someone.
Mainam Maya Vinam Druptam.
Nirankusham Asattamam.
Nirankusham Asattamam.
Akrida Balavadeva.
Akrida Balavadeva.
Yata Shivam Uttitam.
Yatha Shivishamuttitam. Translation: Lord Brahma continued, "My dear Lord, there is no need to play with this serpentine demon, who is always very skilled in conjuring tricks and is arrogant, self-sufficient, and most wicked. Hare Krishna.
Oh Lord, do not play like a child with this terrible demon who is expert at magic, who is proud, who is uncontrollable, and who is wicked. Just as a Garuda plays with a snake, raising his hoods in anger. So Hiranyaksha was compared to a snake, Lord is compared to Garuda, just like Garuda is playing with a snake before killing it. So you are playing with him. There is no need to play with him because he is a great demon, he is expert at magic, he is proud, uncontrollable, and wicked. Because of all these things, instead of playing with him, kill him immediately. Why you want to waste time in fighting with him like that? Brahma is saying. Do not play with him like an ignorant person. Balavat akridam. Don't play with him like a child. You are actually the crown jewel of knowledge. You are just like Garuda playing with an enraged snake. Or do not play with him, since I consider him as an enraged snake. He is like an enraged snake, he can bite you anytime. Please don't play with him. And more than that, he would say in the next verse that he is expert at tricks, and these demons will get more power to show more tricks when it is night. Night time they show more tricks, then it will be very difficult to fight with him, and then what to speak of defeating and killing him. So before night comes, please kill him immediately. So like that is going to say. Yeah, yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, what boon did Hiranyaksha receive from Brahmaji?
So I mean, I don't know, because at least in the Bhagavatam we see that Hiranyaksha, after Hiranyaksha, there is Hiranyaksha to go and perform tapasya. But I was thinking like that while preparing. I was thinking like that. See, Kashyapa is the grandson of Lord Brahma. Like Kashyapa's father is Marichi, Marichi's father is Brahma. So when Kashyapa had children, he might have performed some Jatakarma ceremony or name giving ceremony. So Brahma might have been invited. So when Brahma came, so in our condition, we say that people give some gift and some Ashirvad. So like that when Brahma came, so Hiranyaksha must have asked him some gift. So Brahma might have given some gift of invincibility, unconquerable blessing. So that's what I was thinking. So there was no mention of Hiranyaksha performing tapasya and getting a boon from Brahma and all. So if that is not the case, this could be one of the way we could have got a blessing.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, I want to tell something that I heard somewhere that Hiranyakshana, he performed tapasya and he got the boon that out of 84 lakh species, he will not be killed. He was telling the 84 lakh species. In that, by slip of the tongue, he missed Varaha. So Bhagavan came as Varaha and killed him. And Hiranyakashipu, he did tapasya, he did not morning, evening, andar bahar also, he did got the boon.
Okay, maybe. We may get the details in other Puranas. Vishnu Purana, we may get more details. But at least from Bhagavatam,
I heard something.
There was no. These people are expert at performing tapasya. So they would have done. Na yavadesha vardeta.
Nayavat isha vardeta.
Swam velam prapya daruna.
Swam velam prapya daruna.
Swam devamayam astaya.
Swam devamayam astaya.
Tavajahi agamachuta.
Tavajahi agam achyuta. Brahma continued, my dear Lord, you are infallible. Please kill this sinful demon before the Dominion hour arrives. And he presents another formidable approach favorable to him. You can kill him by your internal potency without doubt.
Oh, infallible Lord, before his demoniac hour, Swam Velam Prapya Daruna. Before his demoniac hour arrives and his cruel power increases, you fixed in your own energy should kill this sinful demon immediately. The Rakshasas and Asuras would get more power in the night time. Night time they would get double the power what they generally have. So, my dear Lord, it is just about to become night. If it becomes night, he will get more power. It will be very difficult to fight with him. So please kill him before night comes. So like that Brahmaji is requesting. Before his favorable time arrives, when his power increases, and you, though the Supreme Lord, cannot kill him. He says that if it becomes night, when his power increases, you, though the Supreme Lord, cannot kill him. It is very difficult for you to kill him. Therefore, you should kill him before the night comes. Though Brahma is full of power and knowledge, out of prema, he becomes unsteady with apprehension. Because the fight was happening equal with equal strength, both seems to be equal. So after some time, the other one will become more powerful, very difficult to defeat him. So he was telling to the Lord, my dear Lord, please, please don't wait till night. Before night comes, kill him. Otherwise, night he will become double powerful. It is very difficult. So like that. So such kind of things we see in the scripture. Sometimes, even though knowing that other person is so super powerful, but sometimes a person out of affection, not to put that person in great difficulty, they would say that when it is easy, only do it. Why you want to wait for difficult times? Something like that. Similarly, though Vasudeva and Devaki are full of power and knowledge, like Lord Vishnu is appeared in front of them as their child in the prison house. When Lord Krishna appeared in the dead of the night, he was standing in front of Devaki and Vasudeva in 400 form. Even at that time, Devaki and Vasudeva both were praying to Krishna, saying that we are afraid of Kamsa. Kamsa might come anytime and he might kill you. So please hide yourself. He said that so Vasudeva and Devaki said that Samud Vijay Bavad Dateto Kamsa Daham Adihi. I am trembling in fear from Kamsa for your safety. Devaki was saying that no, please, my dear Lord, I am worried about Kamsa might come anytime and just like he killed your elder brothers, he might kill you. Please, you become small child and we will hide you somewhere. Like that Devaki says. That is motherly affection. Because of that motherly affection, she says like that. Even though son may be super powerful, but they would never consider like that. So that is because of the affection. So same way, Lord Brahma is also saying something, same thing. So my dear Lord, before night comes, please kill him. Otherwise, he will become more powerful. It will be very difficult to kill him afterwards. So like that. So then Brahma further says, Esha Goratama Sandhya
Esha Ghoratama Sandhya
Lokachambat Kari Prabho
Lokachambat Kari Prabhu
Upasarpati Sarvatman
Upasarpati Sarvatman
Suranam Jayamavaha
Suranam Jayamavaha. My lord,
Adu.
the dark
No, wait. Adu Naisho Bijinnama
Adunaisho Jibinnama
Yogo Mahurtiko Iyat
Yogo Mahutiko Hagat
Sivaya Nastam Suhrudam
Sivaya Nastam Sruhudam
Asu Nistara Dustaram
Asunistara Dustaram
Dishtyatvam Vihitam Mrutyum
Dishtvatam Vihitam Mrityu
Ayam Asadita Swayam
Ayam Asaditam Swayam
Vikramyainam Mrude Hatva
Vikramainam Suge Hatva
Lokan Adehi Sharmani.
Lokanam Dehi Sarmani. My lord, the darkest evening which cover the world is fast approaching. Since you are the soul of all souls, kindly kill him and win victory for the demigods. The auspicious spirit known as Abhijit, which is most opportunate for victory, commenced at midday and has all but passed. Therefore, in the interest of your friends, please dispose of this formidable foe quickly. This demon, like luckily for us, has come of his own accord to you. His death ordinated by you, therefore, exhibiting your way, kill him in the duel and establish the world in peace. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
The frightening to light, Ghoratama Sandhya, the destroyer of all planets, is approaching. So basically, still Brahma is telling that now evening Sandhya is approaching, and very soon it will be night. Once it is night, the demons become super powerful. They are very difficult to conquer them. Oh Lord, soul of all beings, Paramatman, be victorious for the Devatas. The auspicious time of noon has almost passed. So, Abhijit Nama. So, Lord Varaha appeared during Abhijit Muhurta. Abhijit Muhurta is basically from 11:45 to 12:30. That is Abhijit Muhurta. So, Lord during this Muhurta, that is during noon time, and he was lifting the Bhumandala. While he was lifting the Bhumandala, Hiranyaksa came and they were fighting. The fight went all the way up to evening, Sandhya. And now Brahma is telling that Sandhya has come. Very soon night will come. So before night comes, kill him. So something like that. Quickly kill this demon for us, your friends, while a portion of this daytime still remains. This demon has attained death as prescribed by you. After displaying prowess and killing him in the battlefield, bestow auspicious to the entire world. So basically, Lord is saying that, Brahma is saying that. So my dear Lord, since you already began to fight with him, he is destined to die. But still, whatever it may be, kill him before the night comes. Because once the night comes, he becomes double powerful, very difficult to kill him. Very difficult to fight with him also. So like that, Lord is saying, or Brahma is saying. Abhijit means noontime. The auspicious moment has almost passed. While a portion of this time remains, quickly kill this demon. Matlab, Abhijit Murtha kalam tak end, but daytime is still remaining, little bit daytime is still remaining. It is just Sandhya is going on now. The day is slowly turning into night. So before it becomes complete night, kill him. The demon has attained death as ordered by you, who created this scene at the time of accepting the curse made by the Kumaras. Anyway, it is already ordained. The Kumaras have cursed them to become the demons here. And you have said that. So being demons, Sambramba, Drishtya, matlab always angry toward the Lord and being killed by the Lord for 3 lifetimes, you will come back and reunite with me, like the Lord told. So his death is already ordained. That his death will certainly by you only. But so instead of waiting to kill him after tomorrow or a day after tomorrow, after 1 month, after 1 year, instead, before the night comes, kill him right now. So like that, Brahmaji is requesting. So this is how Brahmaji, even though understanding the Lord is Supreme Lord, he made the request like out of affection for the Supreme Lord. And killing such a demon would be the auspicious thing for the entire universe. So like that. Any questions till now? Hare Krishna.
No, Prabhuji. No, thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. No question.
Other devotees?
No Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji.
Okay.
No, Prabhuji.
So that was about 18th chapter, and the 19th chapter, the fight will continue, and eventually the night will come. The night came and the demon began to show his tricks, and Lord removed all the tricks and then kills him. So then there is Falashruti of the entire pastime. So that's how this chapter goes. So let us discuss. The 19th chapter describes how, after the demon could not kill him by using his illusory powers, the Lord withdrew the demon's power, the demon's weapon, and killed him with his hands. So the fight went on with weapons and very strong fight, but the Lord killed him very nonchalantly, very easily killed. So when that section comes, we'll discuss. So yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, it's not a directly relevant question, but it just came to my mind that how these various sections are divided into chapters. Like this was divided by Vyasadeva itself, or how this goes through? Like how do you know one chapter to another? Because the same pastime is continuing. So why?
I don't know whether Vyasadeva himself divided the sections or Acharyas who gave commentary. Because understanding one theme, they have given the title of the chapter. I don't know. Either both, either Acharyas have given the titles for these chapters, or Vyasdev himself might have given these titles for these chapters. So I don't know. So either way we can think of.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
So now currently we are calling them
Hare
as
Krishna, Prabhu.
chapters, but in the past they would say that okay, Dhruva Charitra. Now we'll discuss about Dhruva Charitra. So like that, like now Varaha Lila. So like that, they might have said something before telling, like we have now, like your Maitreya Uvacha is there. So now Maitreya is going to speak. So like that, there could be some subtitle saying that, okay, now we are going to discuss this event, this pastime. So there could have been some side heading given by Vyasdev also. That has been updated and modified by the later Acharyas who gave commentary and then made them subsections. So in that.
Okay. 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 Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, where was that battle happened? Satyaluga or where?
See, whichever yuga, but it certainly is not happening here. Because the Bhumandala itself fell into Garbhodaka ocean, and Lord Varaha lifted the Bhumandala from Garbhodaka ocean and they began to fight. The fight can be in the ether only. In Borloka, Sargoloka, somewhere in the ether also they can fight, because these two personalities are not ordinary people. They don't need some earth support to stand and then fight. They can fight in the air also. So like that.
Okay.
And in which yuga?
Second Vara.
In whichever yuga, whenever they were there, that time it happened. Yeah, yes, Mataji.
प्रभु जी ये राज्य तो हिरण्याक्ष ही इज डूइंग राज्य भी कर रहे थे ना वो, तो क्या स्वर्गलोक में कर रहे थे या कहाँ पे? क्योंकि
Sargalok mein only na, he made his brother to sit on the throne of Indra. So Hiranyakashipu was the king of the entire world, sitting in the throne of heavenly planets. Because the Bhuloka is just getting out of the water. So then there is no concept of living on the Bhuloka, anybody.
Okay, thank you, bro.
That time no living entity was
just
in
lifted
Earth.
the. Sorry?
That time no living entity in Earth planet, na?
No one. Because the
No.
Bhumandala itself is just coming out of the water. So how can there be any living entity? All the living entities now are living only in the Bhurloka, Sargaloka. Of course, Maharloka, Janloka, Tapasatloka, all the great sites are there, but other devatas, all these personalities, Kashyapa, Aditi, Hiranyaksa, Hiranyakashipu, they were all in Sargaloka only, as of now. No Bhuloka, no Atala, Vitala, Sutala, all these lower planets. They all just came out of the water. So like that. Okay, we'll continue. Maitreya Uvacha.
Maitreya Uvacha.
Avadharya Virinchasya.
Avadharya Virinchasya.
Nirvalika Amrutam Vacha.
Nirvalika Amrutam Vacha.
Rahasya Prema Garbena.
Rahasya Prema Garbhena.
Tadapangena Sograhit.
Tadapangena Sogrihet. Translation. Sri Maitreya said, after hearing the words of Brahma, the creator, which were free from all sinful purposes and as sweet as nectar, the Lord heartily laughed and accepted his prayers with a glance laden with love.
Hearing the sincere, sweet words of Brahma, the Lord smiled and accepted those words with a loving glance. Brahma's words were truthful, Nirvalika, since he had said that he had given a boon to the demon. Yes, his words were filled with love, Amrutam, since he told the Lord to kill the demon before the twilight. This indicates that those words were released by the Lord. The Lord smiled. Out of prema for me, one can lose all memory. Since Brahma teaches me the personification of time to choose the correct time to kill the demon. The Lord is smiling, thinking within himself, Brahma is telling me to select a proper time to kill the demon. I am the master of the time. I am the time personified. So like that. So Brahma, out of love, Brahma forgot who am I. The Lord accepted those words with a glance filled with love. By this, the Lord indicates, yes, my dear Brahma, what you say is true. Just as you instruct, I will kill the demon right now. However, I will kill him in the evening today, since I will fully satisfy myself with fighting him. So the Supreme Lord came here to fight, and Hiranyaksa Vijay also appeared as Hiranyakashipu to give the experience of fight to the Lord. So Brahma is requesting kill him immediately. They came for fight only, so they should have some good time for fighting. So how can they terminate it very quickly? So Lord says, no problem, I'll kill him. But before that, I want to fight with him for some time. That's why both of us came here. So like that, Lord is saying. Tata sapatnam mukatas
Tata sapattam mukatas
charantam akuto bayam
charantam akuto bhayam
jaganotpatya gadaya
jaganotpatya gadaya
hanav asuram akshaja
hanav asura akshajah.
tata sapatnam mukatas. Sorry. No, this is wrong.
Coming.
One second. Tata sapatnam mukatas.
Tata sapatnam mukatas.
So this verse actually repeated. Some problem is there.
Yes.
Sa tada labda tirtopi.
Sir, one more is there in between sa hata tena gadya vihita.
Somehow that this verse came twice and the other verse I missed.
Yes.
So you will read fourth verse. You can read the translation for 3, but we'll read the fourth verse.
Okay.
Sa tada labda tirtopi.
Sa tada labda tirtopi
Na bhavade nirayudam.
na bhavave nirayudam
Manayan samrude dharmam.
manayan samrude dharmam
Vishwaksenam prakopayam.
vishwaksenam prakopayam. The Lord, who had appeared from the nostril of Brahma, sprang and aimed his mace at the chin of his enemy, the Hiranyaksha demon, who was stalking fearlessly before him. Struck by the demon's mace, however, the Lord's mace slipped from his hand and looked splendid as it fell down whirling. This was miraculous, for the mace was blazing wonderful. Even though the demon had excellent opportunity to strike his unarmed foe without obstruction, he respected the law of single combat, thereby kindling the fury of the Supreme Lord.
The Lord leaped up and with his club struck the demon on his lower cheek. And the demon moved in front of him fearlessly. So as the demon coming close to the Lord to fight him, the Lord hit him on the chin. The club of the Lord loosened from his hand because of a blow from the demon's club, rolled out, fell on the ground and glowed. So slowly it hit on the chin of the Hiranyaksha, but then immediately Hiranyaksha's own mace hit Lord's mace. As a result of that strong hitting, the Lord's mace slipped out of his hands and fell apart. It was brightly shining. This action was most astonishing. Though the demon now had the opportunity, he did not strike the Lord who was without a weapon. He respected the rules of fighting and made the Lord angry by this. So Lord has no weapon in his hand because weapon fell off. So Hiranyakshasa could have hit the Lord immediately, but he did not hit because that is the rules and regulations of the combat. One should not hit on the weaponless person. So it made Lord angry. So you are showing compassion upon me. So like that. Mukatas means in front of. So Hiranyaksa struck him, as the Lord struck him on the lower cheek of Hiranyaksa. Hanau. Lower cheek means lower chin. That is called Hana. That's why Hanumanji gets name Hanuman. Akshaja means he who appeared from Brahma's nose. The Supreme Lord is called here Akshaja. Asuram Akshaja. Akshaja is. So Aksha means the senses. So Lord Brahma appeared from the nostril of. Lord Varaha appeared from the nostril of Brahma. So in that way. Though the demon had the opportunity, he did not strike the Lord. The reason is given. The demon accepted the rules of fighting. So that made the Lord angry. So Lord was thinking that because you know that I am in trouble by making my club fall by the strength of your arms. You display your sense of dharma and do not strike me. See, in a moment's time, I will take the club along with your life. In a moment, no time, I will take away your club as well as your life also. Just like Lord Krishna took away the breast milk and also the poison and also the life of Putana. So like that. So Lord is thinking that you made me lose my weapon. I will also make you lose your weapon as well as your life also. Yeah, wait and see. So like that, Lord becomes angry and then begins to get ready to attack the demon. So like that. Gadayam apaviddayam.
Gadayam apavidhayam.
Ahakare vinirgate.
Ahakare vinirgate.
Manayam asatadharmam.
Manayam asa tadharmam.
Sunabam chasmarad vibhu.
Sunabham chasmarad vibhu. Translation. As the Lord's mace fell to the ground and a cry of alarm arose from the witnessing crowd of gods and rishis, the personality of Godhead acknowledged the demon's love of righteousness and therefore invoked his Sudarshan discourse. Hare Krishna.
When the club fell from his hand and the devatas cried out in distress, the Lord respected the proper behavior of the demon and remembered his chakra as well as his club. So then Lord remembered his Sudarshan chakra and Kaumodaki Gada, both, so that he can attack the demon immediately. So like that. When the club fell far from his hand, fell for his hand, it is not the same as his bow falling from his hand in the fight with Shalva, where other motives are inferred. So there is a comparison given. Here in this fight, the bow fell, the mace, the gada fell off. While fighting with Shalva, Shalva was cutting the string of Lord Krishna's bow again and again, multiple times. And at one point of time, Lord Krishna's bow fell off his hands. Lord Krishna became weaponless while fighting with Shalva. But this felling of the weapon and that felling of the weapon is both are not same, both are different. Why? Because in the case of Shalva, Lord wanted to put Shalva in an illusion that, okay, I'm more powerful than Krishna, something like that. And because that time Lord Shalva created an illusion saying that he brought one illusory person, Vasudev, in front of Krishna and he cut off the head of that Vasudev. So Lord Krishna was thinking that my father is dead. What is the use of me fighting and winning over this battle? Lord Krishna kind of for some time, he kind of became indifferent to the fight. So during that time, all his threads were broken apart and then bow was fell off. So like that. That was only Lord Krishna was enacting in such a way so that Shalva will feel, Shalva's ego will feel satisfaction. That was the reason. But here the reason is not that. Here actually Lord Varaha and Vijaya both are equally powerful. That's why it is actually a real fight happening here. Because Hiranyaksa was actually an associate of the Lord and thus equal to the Lord. They had equal strength. Thus, it was possible for the club to fall from Lord's hand. Without equal strength, there would be no pleasure in fighting. Thus, this action increased the enthusiasm of the Lord to fight. It is thus an ornament of the Lord, not a fault. Since the Lord, filled with love for his devotees, many times accepts defeat at the hands of the devotee. Just like Lord Krishna and his cohort friends also would always have games, and they also do wrestling matches in Vrindavan area. And many times Lord Krishna would be defeated by his friends, and Lord Krishna was supposed to carry his friends on his back to far off distance. They would be doing always. Even in Madura, after Lord Krishna and Balaram killed Chanura, Mustika, Shala, Toshala, and all other wrestlers, and also Kamsa's brothers, then the cowherd friends of Lord Krishna entered into the wrestling arena. So they challenged Lord Krishna. Oh Krishna, you think that you are so powerful by killing these ordinary people? Chanura, Mustika, Shala, Toshala. If you defeat me, then I'll accept you are the most powerful person. Defeat me. Like that, Sudama, Sridama, Subala, they were all challenging Krishna and Balaram in the same wrestling arena. Then they began to play a wrestling match in the same area. So like that. So actually, one way we may think that okay, these are all Krishna's friends. They may not be so powerful. Krishna is only because he's playing with his friends, he would defeat himself. We may think like that, but it's not that. The friends of Lord Krishna are also equally powerful with Lord Krishna. So those plays are not a imitation play. They're actually real plays. Even when Sudama says that Krishna is holding the Govardhan, no, it is because of my mantra it is held. And Krishna gets defeated by my friends. And my friends are more powerful than Krishna. They can easily hold the entire Govardhan. So like that. So these are not like simply some words of boasting. They are all words spoken out of love. And also, because they are very close friends of Krishna, they are also specially empowered by Krishna with the same power. So like that we should understand. So otherwise, why would Jaya Vijaya would desire that? Okay, Lord is fighting with so many demons, and the demons are pulling in front of the Lord, and Lord is not having a satisfaction of it properly. We want to give the proper satisfaction of the Lord to the Lord. That Lord will have a good fight. So like that. Thus, without equal strength, there would be no pleasure of fighting. Thus, this action increased the enthusiasm of the Lord to fight. It is thus an ornament to the Lord, not a fault. Since the Lord, filled with love for his devotee, many times accepts defeat at the hands of the devotees. This is indicated in the next verse, which explains the Lord recognized. It explains that the Lord recognized his devotee. The Lord remembered his chakra, and previous to that, he remembered his club. That is indicated by the word cha. The Lord understood this Hiranyaksa is not somebody else. He is my own devotee only, has come as a demon to give me pleasure. So let me have as much pleasure as possible. So like that. Then what did the Lord do with the chakra and the gada? Tam vyagra chakram diti putradamena.
Tam vyagra chakram diti putradamena.
Saparshada mukkena visajyamanam.
Swaprasada mukyena visajyamanam.
Chitra tadvidam kecharanam.
Chitra vacho tad vidam kecharanam.
Tatrasmasan swasti te mum jahiti.
Tatrasmashan swatite mum jahiti. As the discus began to revolve in the Lord's hands, and the Lord contended at the close quarters with the chief of his Vaikuntha attendants, who had been born as Hiranyaksa, the vile son of Diti, there issued from every direction strange expressions uttered by those who were witnessing this from airplanes. They had no knowledge of the Lord's reality, and they cried, "May victory attend you, pray dispatch him, play no more with him."
Seeing the Lord with his jealous chakra, engaged in play with the slow son of Diti, who was actually the Lord's associate, the Devatas who did not know this. The devatas, they do not know that. They for them, Hiranyaksa was an asura. Uttered various words. Let there be auspiciousness to you. Kill the demon immediately. Kill the demon immediately. So seeing that Lord Varaha is holding the Sudarshan Chakra, then the devatas are shouting, please kill him immediately, kill him immediately, don't spare, don't spare, don't spare. So like that, they were shouting it. The Lord had in his hand the chakra. Oh, the Lord is remembering me. Seeing the Lord who was associating with the demon and his devotee, the devata spoke. The devatas were requesting the Lord, my dear Lord, kill him immediately, kill him, and don't wait, don't wait. He's becoming powerful. So kill, 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 like that they were requesting. Then what did the Lord do? Satam nishamya taratangamagраto.
Satam nisham yata ratangam agrato.
Vyavastitam padmapalashalocanam.
Vyavastitam padmapalashalochanam.
Vilokya chamarcha pariplutendriyo.
Vilokya chamarashya paripulendriyo. Paripulen.
Prusha swadanta chadamadasatchavan.
Rushasvadantachadam adashakchavashan. When the demon saw the personality of Godhead, who had eyes just like lotus petals, standing in position before him, armed with his Sudarshana discus, his senses were overpowered by indignation. He began to hiss like a serpent, and he bit his lip in great resentment.
First seeing his chakra and then seeing the Lord arrive in front of him with his lotus eyes. Hiranyaksha, his senses filled with wrath, breathed heavily in anger and bit his lip. So seeing that, Lord kind of recovered and collected got a new mace, and he also invoked the chakra and coming toward the demon. The demon became very angry. How dare! So even you already lost your weapon and you got new weapon and you want to hit me? So like that. So in that way, the demon also getting ready to attack the Supreme Lord with his own weapon. So like that. When you see opponent coming with weapon, and you also get ready with your own weapon so that there will be combat. So now, what did they do? Karaladamstras chakshurbyam.
Karaladramstaschakshrubhyam.
Sanchakshano dahaniva.
Sanchaksano dahaniva.
Abhiplutya swagadaya.
Abhiplutya swagadaya.
Hatositi ahanadarim.
Hatositi ahanandharam dharim.
Padasavena tam sado.
Padasavena tam sadho.
Bhagavan yajna shukara.
Bhagavan yajna sukaraha.
Leelaya mishata shatro.
Lilayami satah satro.
Pradarashma ramhasam.
Praharadvataram ramhasam.
Ahachayudamadastva.
Ahachayudham adhastva.
Ghatasvatvam jigishasi.
Ghatatasva tvam jigisasi.
Iti ukta satata bhuyas.
Iti yukta satada bhuyas.
Tadayan vyanadad brusham.
Tadayan vyanadad vrisam. Translation. The demon who had fearful tasks stared at the personality of Godhead as though to warn him. Springing into the air, he aimed his mace at the Lord, exclaiming at the same time, "You are slain, O saintly Vidura!" While his enemy looked on, the Lord in his boar form, the enjoyer of all sacrificial offering, playfully knocked down the mace with his left foot, even as it came upon him with the force of a tempest. The Lord then said, "Take up your weapon and try again, eager as you are to conquer me." Challenged in these words, the demon aimed his mace at the Lord and once more loudly roared.
Yeah. The demon with terrible fangs, gazing on the Lord, seemed to burn him up with his eyes. "You are dead," he exclaimed, and struck the Lord with his club. O Vidura, the boar, the form of sacrifice, Shukara, easily deflected the club which had the speed of the wind using his left foot, while the enemy watched. So Hiranyaksha threw his mace, which was supposed to hit on the chest of the Lord, but with the left foot, the Lord deflected the mace aside. So, like that. You desire to win? Take up your weapon and fight with enthusiasm. So the weapon fell off. So Lord says that you want to win over me? Yeah, take your weapon. So previously Hiranyaksha was waiting for the Lord to lift the weapon. Now Lord is waiting for Hiranyaksha to lift his weapon. So like that. Addressed thus, the demon again attempted to strike the Lord with his club, making a loud noise. So Hiranyaksha came and took his mace and he was jumped into the air to hit on the chest of the Lord very loudly, making a huge sound. Samchakshana means seeing. Hatosti ahanad means you are dead. Another meaning is that you are known to me. Ato asti iti ahanad. So basically, Hiranyaksha is saying that you are killed. So while throwing the weapon at Lord, he was telling you are killed. And other meaning is, so you are known to me. You are my Lord only. Oh, what will do? So like that. Vata Ramasam means with the speed of the wind. So the weapon thrown with the speed of the wind. So, but still Lord deflected it. So like that. So next. Tamsa apatatim viksha
तां स आपततिं वीक्ष्य
Bhagavan samavastita
भगवान् समवस्थिता
Jagraha Leelaya Praptam
जग्राहा लीलया प्राप्तां
Garutma Nivapannagim
गरुत्मानिव पन्नगीम्
Swapauruše Pratihate
स्वपौरुषे प्रतिहते
Hatamano Mahasura
हतमानो महासुरा
Naichat Gadam Dhiyamanam
नैषद् नैषद्गदां यामानां
Harina Vigata Prabha
हरिणा विगतप्रभा
Jigrahatrishikam Shulam
जग्राहा त्रिशिखं शूलं
Jwalanalolupam
ज्वलज्वलनलोलुपम्
Yajnaya Dhrutarupaya
यज्ञाय धृतरूपाय
Vipraya Bicharanyata.
विप्रायाभिचरन् यथा. Translation: When the Lord saw the mace flying towards him, he stood firmly where he was and caught it with the same ease as Garuda, the king of birds, would seize a serpent. The next one, his valor thus frustrated. The great demon felt humiliated and was put out of countenance. He was reluctant to take back the mace when it was offered by the personality of Godhead. He now took a trident, which was as rapacious as a flaming fire, and hurled it against the Lord, the enjoyer of all sacrifices, even as one would use penance for malevolent purpose against a holy Brahmana. Hare Krishna.
Seeing the enemy's club approaching, the Lord playfully caught as it arrived, just as Garuda catches a female snake. The demon again threw the mace at the Lord. So last time, Lord actually deflected the other side, but this time he held it. His prowess thwarted, his pride deflated. The great demon did not desire to receive that club offered back to him by the Lord. So, previously, when demon threw the mace at the Lord hit it across and then it fell off. Lord told him, lift it up. He'll lift it up. And this time, Lord held it in his hand. Then he's offering back. I take it. So demon was not willing to take it back. So how can I take it from the Lord? So something like that. The demon threw a lance with 3 points. He took a trishul. 3 shikam shulam. That means trishul. So he took a trishula and he was throwing at the Lord, which, like a blazing fire, was eager to devour the Lord in the form of a boar, just as a person performs sacrifice to kill a Brahmana. It's like that. It is the Brahmana who performs the sacrifice. It is the Brahmanas who are the people who know how to and perform sacrifice, etc. etc. And a person is performing a sacrifice with the help of a Brahmana and to kill a Brahmana. So what is this? Same way, it is the Supreme Lord who gives all the power to his living entities. And the living entity using that power to kill the Lord himself. And here Hiranyaksa is throwing a trishul at the Lord himself. And the trishula was also given to him by the Lord only. Because the Lord is the one who is bestowing everything to us. So like that. He threw a lance which was eager to devour everything, like a blazing fire with flames, at the Lord who was the form of sacrifice. An example is given to show how it is improper. Just like a person performing a yajna with the help of a Brahmana to kill that same Brahmana is not proper. Similarly, one should not use the power given by the Lord upon the Lord. So instead, one should use the power given by the Lord in the service of the Supreme Lord. So that is our understanding. Hare Krishna, any questions? Able to follow all of you?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Tad ojasa daitya maha patarpitam
Tadojasa daitye mahabhatarpitam
chaka sadanta kaudirna dhiriti
Chakshad anantaka udirna diti
chakrena chicheda nishata nemina
Chakrena shicheda nishata nemina
harir yata tarksha patatra mujjitam.
Harir yata tarkshya patatram uchihitam. Hurdled by the mighty demon with all his strength, the flying trident shone brightly in the sky. The personality of Godhead, however, tore it to pieces with his discus Sudarshana, which had a sharp-edged rim, even as Indra cut off a wing of Garuda.
Just as Indra cut off the wing of Garuda abandoned, the Lord using the sharp blade of his chakra cut the trident thrown by the greatest among the demons with force, whose brilliance lit up the sky. So previously Lord invoked both mace and chakra. So till now he was only using the chakra and then the mace to fight with the demon. For the first time, since the Hiranyaksa threw a trishul against the Lord used Sudarshan chakra to cut the trishul into different pieces. And this is explained with an analogy. So it's like Mahabharata is a great pastime. So when Kadru and Vinata, they had a bet saying that the Ushrashrava ars which was produced from Samudra Manthan, Vinata said it is completely white. Kadru said, no, it is white, but its tail is black. So the debate became heated. They made it as a challenge. But whoever is defeated will become the maid servant of the other person. So Kadru, because of her cunning nature, she requested her children, the snakes, go and tie around the tail of the Ucheshrava horse so that the tail will look like blackish. Some snakes and went and tied around the tail. So the tail was looking blackish somewhere nearby. They went somewhere close to Ucheshrava, but not very close. So they're little far. So they saw that ours is white and the tail is black. So Kadru became the maid servant of, Vinata became the maid servant of Kadru. So many years passed. In the meantime, Garuda was born. When Garuda born, Garuda became very unhappy that my mother is maid servant of my stepmother. So Garuda approached his stepmother Kadru and asked, by doing what you can release my mother? You can give freedom to my mother. So Kadru told, so you get the nectar from Svargaloka. My sons are bereft of nectar. They should have the nectar. So Garuda, he went to Svargaloka and he defeated all the people who were guarding the nectar and took the nectar and was coming towards Kadru. So Indra understood what happened. Indra chased after Garuda. So at one point of time, Indra trying to stop Garuda with various weapons, but nothing happening to Garuda. So Indra threw his Vajrayudha. Since Vajrayudha was released by Indra, so Garuda understood this Vajrayudha is actually a weapon given by the Supreme Lord. So it cannot become important. So I should respect the power of the weapon because it is given by the Supreme Lord himself. So what Garuda did? Garuda voluntarily gave up some feathers from his wing. So the Vajrayudha came and hit and burnt those feathers into ashes or cut them into pieces. So from Indra's point of view, the Vajrayudha did his job of cutting some of the feathers of the Garuda. But from Garuda's point of view, Garuda voluntarily gave up some of his feathers, which are cut by Vajrayudha. But that means Garuda's power is so powerful, so powerful. So in that way. So similarly, the Lord is so powerful, so powerful. What weapon can harm the Lord? Nothing can harm the Lord. But still, Lord cut off the weapon thrown by the Asura with his Sudarshan Chakra very easily. So in that way. The Lord cut up the trident which, radiating great light within himself, even lit up the sky, or which radiated light which spread in the sky with a sharp blade of his Sudarshan Chakra. Just as Indra cut off the wing that Garuda had already rejected. Just like Vajrayudha cut off the feathers of Garuda into multiple pieces. Like that, Lord Sudarshan Chakra cut off the Trishul into multiple pieces. So this pastime which I told, Garuda, who was carrying the part of nectar, gave up one of his wings in order to protect the infallibility of the thunderbolt employed by Indra. The trident appeared like the already cut wing of Garuda, lighting up the sky. Because trident in front of the Supreme Lord, trident is no powerful at all. It is weak. So he cut it off into pieces, though it is anyway weak. So like that. So this is how the Lord took his Sudarshan Chakra and cut off the Trishul thrown by the Asura into pieces. So in that way. Brunke swasule bahudari nahare.
Vrinkeshwashule bahudarinahare.
Pratyet vistirnamuro vibhutimat.
Pratyet vishtirnam puro vibhotimat.
Pravruddharosha sakathora mustina.
Pravriddharosha sakatora mushtina.
Nadan prahrutyanta radhiyatasura.
Nadan prakriti yantara hadiyach tashura. The demon was enraged when his trident was cut to pieces by the discus of personality of Godhead. He therefore advanced toward the Lord and roaring aloud, struck his hard fist against the Lord's broad chest, which bore the mark of Srivatsa. Then he went out of sight.
When the trident was split into many pieces by the Sudarshan Chakra, Hiranyaksha roared loudly, approached the Supreme Lord, struck the Lord's broad chest, the residence of Mother Lakshmi, with his hard fist and disappeared. So Hiranyaksha suddenly arrived at the Lord and hit on the chest of the Lord with his own fist and then disappeared. Striking the Lord on the chest and understanding that it was impossible to gain victory over direct fighting, he utilized his illusory powers and disappeared. So whatever weapons he is throwing at the Lord was either deflecting them or catching them or cutting them into pieces. So Hiranyaksha thought that no, direct fight is very difficult to stand in front of him. Let me show my tricks. So he came and hit on the chest of the Lord and disappeared. And next, he will create all illusions to bewilder the Lord. And Lord will destroy them also very easily. So like that. Tenetam ahatakshatar
Tenetam ahatakshatar
Bhagavan Adishukara
Bhagavan Adisukaraha
Nakampata Manakwapi
Nakampata manakwapi
Sraja Hata Iva Dvipa
Sraja hataiva dvipaha
Atorudasrujanmayam
Atorudashra janmayam
Yogamayeshware Harau
Yoga mayeshware haro
Yam Vilokya Prajastrasta
Yam vilokya prajastrashta
Meniresyopa Samyamam.
Meni respyopa samyamam. Hit in this manner by the demon, O Vidura, the Lord who had appeared as the first boar, did not feel the least quaking in any part of his body, any more than an elephant would when struck with a wreath of flowers. The demon, however, employed many conjuring tricks against the personality of Godhead, who is the Lord of Yogamaya. At the sight of this, the people were filled with alarm and thought that the dissolution of the universe was near.
O Vidura, the boar form of the Lord Varaha, struck by the demon in this way, did not tremble at all. Though the demon hit on the chest of the Lord, but Lord did not tremble. The Lord took it graciously. He was like an elephant struck by a garland. The hitting of Hiranyaksha was like the elephant is being hit by the garland. So very soft. Then the demon employed many illusions against the Lord, the master of illusions. Seeing which, the terrified inhabitants of the planets of the entire universe thought that the universe was being destroyed. So he created all illusions because it's already night. So many illusions came. The entire sky is filled with Samarthaka clouds, is going to downpour the rain, and so many other things happening. So everyone, Devata thought that now the universe is going to be destroyed completely. So like that. So what kind of illusion Hiranyaksha created? All the list of illusions things are mentioned here in the next 4 verses. Pravavur Vayavaschandas
Pravavurvaya Yaschanda
Tamapam Savam Airayam
Tamapam Pam Savamairayan
Digbyo Nipetur Gravana
Digbyo Nipetur Dravana
Kshepanai Prahita Iva
Kshepanai Prahita Iva
Dyaur Nashta Baganad Brughai
द्यौर्नष्ट भगनाद् भ्रौगै
Raugai Savidyot Sanayitnubihi
सविद्युत्स्थनयित्नुभिः
Varshadbhi Puya Keshagra
वर्षद्भिः पूयते शास्त्रे
Keshasri When Mutrastini Chasakrat
विन्मुद्रास्थीनि चाशकृत्
Giraya Pratyadrishyanta
गिरया प्रत्यदृश्यन्ता
Nana Yuddhamuchonaga
नानायुद्धमुचो नघा
Vivasavo Yatu Dhanya
दिग्वाससो यतुधान्या
Shulinyo Muktamurdaja
शूलिन्यो मुक्तमूर्धजा
Bhavubir Yaksha Rakshodbhi
बहुभिर्यक्षरक्षोभिः
Patti Aswa Ratakunjarai
पत्यस्वारथकुञ्जरै
Atatai Srishta
आततायिभिरुत्पृष्टा
Imshra Vachoti Vaishasa
हिंस्रावाचो तिवैषसा. Translation: Fierce winds began to blow from all directions, spreading darkness, occasioned by dust and hailstorms. Stones came in volleys from every corner as if thrown by machine guns. The luminaries in outer space disappeared due to the skies being overcast with masses of clouds, which were accompanied by lightning and thunder. The sky rained pus, hair, blood, stool, urine, and bones. O sinless Vidura, mountains discharged weapons of various kinds, and naked demonesses, armed with tridents, appeared with their hair hanging loose. Cruel and savage slogans were uttered by hosts of ruffian yakshas and rakshasas, who all either marched on foot or rode on horses, elephants, or chariots. Hare Krishna.
A terrible wind began to blow. So all the different variety of illusions that are created by Hiranyaksa are listed here. A terrible wind began to blow, producing darkness because of the dust. Pellets fired from guns fell in all directions. The sky became devoid of constellations because of the mass of clouds filled with thunder and lightning, and which rained pus, hair, blood, stool, and urine continuously. O sinless Vidura, it seemed that the mountains were releasing various weapons. Many naked witches with wild hair holding tridents appeared. Murderous yakshas and rakshasas with soldiers, horses, chariots, and elephants uttered fierce, violent words such as kill, kill, kill. These are all illusion created by the demon, and the others are thinking that destruction at the end. So, like that. From this description, it is understood that the Lord, absorbed in the pleasure of writing, went beyond the auspicious time indicated by Brahma. That means the night came, that's why the demon became powerful and is able to create all these illusory tricks. For everyone, it appeared as if the destruction is at the hand. And Lord is peacefully will destroy everything. That will be mentioned in the next verses. Pradushkrutanam mayanam
Pradushkrutanam mayanam
Asurinam vinashayat
asurinam vinashayat
Sudarshanastram Bhagavan
sudarshanastram bhagavan
Prayunkta Daitam Tripat.
prayunkta dayitam tripat. The Lord, the personal enjoyer of all sacrifices, now discharged his beloved Sudarshana, which was capable of dispersing the magical forces displayed by the demon.
To destroy the illusions created by the demon, the Lord, the form of Dharma, used his deer chakra. Again, Lord will employ Sudarshan chakra. He who possesses the 3 feet of Dharma, the Lord is called as Tripath. So the meaning of Tripath is explained here. He who possesses 3 feet of Dharma, beginning with austerity, is called Tripath. He is the personification of Dharma, or it can means he who is the 3 oblations of sacrifice. Shruti says, Trayo Asya Pada, the Lord has 3 feet in the form of these oblations. This means he is the form of sacrifice. So the meaning of Tripath is Yajna Swarupa, the Lord of the Yajna. In that way. Tadadite Samabhavat.
Tadadite Sambhavat
Sahasa Rudivepatu.
Sakasa Hridi Vepathu
Marantya Bharturadesham.
Marantya Bhartur Adesham
Stanat Chasruk Prasushruve.
Stanak Sakshut Prashrave.
With
At that
his
very
heart
moment,
sudden, Mataji, I will read. His heart suddenly began to tremble as she remembered the prediction of her husband, Kashyapa. So Kashyapa told that when your sons are born and they grew up and they cause trouble to all the great sages, devotees and brahmanas and cows, then the Lord will appear and kill them. So now the fight is going on. Diti understood this must be the Supreme Lord himself. So now she understood my son is going to die now. As a result of that fear, blood began to flow from her breasts. When mother is affectionate towards child, the milk will flow. And when mother is worried about the child's safety, then the blood will flow, something like that. The prediction of her husband was that her 2 sons would be killed by the Supreme Lord. Now that is coming true. So in that way. Vinastasu swamayasu.
Vinasta Suswamayasu
Bhuyas chavrujya keshavam.
Bhuyaschavrijya Keshavam
Rushopaguhamanomum.
Rushopaguhamanomum
Dadrishe vastitam bahi.
Dadrishe Vastitam Vahi.
When his illusions were destroyed, the demon again rushed toward the Lord and began seizing him in his arms. He saw, however, that the Lord was outside of his grasp. When all the illusions were destroyed by Lord Sudarshan Chakra, immediately the demon came from behind and with his 2 arms, he held the Lord very tightly. He was keeping the Lord in his grasp. But Lord also employed his magical tricks. The Lord disappeared from the clutches of the demon suddenly. So like that. Though the demon put the Lord between his arms and squeezed, he saw that the Lord was situated beyond his grasp. So previously, the demon showed his tricks. Now Lord is showing his tricks. So Lord disappeared from the arms of the demon and he was standing next. So then, what did the demon do? Tam mushtibir vinignantam.
Tam Mushtibir Vinignantam
Vajrashare radokshaja.
Vajrasharir Adokchasaha
Karena karna molehan.
Karena Karnamulehan
Yata tvastram marutpati.
Yatat Vastram Marutpatihi.
When the demon began hitting the Lord with fists hard as thunderbolts, the Lord hit him below the ear with his hand, just as Indra struck Vrutrasura. Karena karna mulehan. So basically, now, because the demon already showed his magical tricks once, so Lord Brahma and other devatas are began worried. So now the demon became powerful. What will happen with the Lord able to kill him or not? So in order to show to the Brahma and other devatas that he is the Supreme Lord. So what did he do? He was waiting. As Lord was like, he was waiting for the right opportune moment. In the meantime, the demon began to hit on the chest of the Lord with his two hands together, clinging both the hands together, making it the fist, and he was hitting on the chest of the Lord again and again. And then immediately, with his front leg or with his hand, the Supreme Lord slightly hit below the right ear of the demon. Karena Karnamule. Karnamule means at the base of the ear, where the ear is joining the head, that place, the Lord hit with his forehand. So slowly, slightly hit. As a result of that, the demon fell to the ground. Till now, the fight seems to be very tough fight. The Lord is where when the Lord and the demon both are equal in strength, and they were trying to, they're hitting hard to hit each other, and so much is happening. But at the end, Lord has slightly hit below the ear. The demon fell off. Even though the demon was hitting on the chest of the Lord very hardly. Tam refers to demon. Vrastram is Rudrasura and Marupati is Indra. So just like Indra cut off the neck of Indra in Rudrasura. Some example is given. So basically, by a small hit, slight hitting below the ear, Lord killed Hiranyaksa. Of course, the fight was going on till now very strongly, but killing the demon was very easy for the Lord. To show to Brahma that, my dear Brahmaji, I am the Supreme Lord, don't think too much, something like that. So like that. So being hit by the Lord, Hiranyaksha fell dead. So that description is there in the 26th verse. Sa ahato vishwajita hi avagnaya.
Taha ahato vishvajita hi avannaya.
Paribhramadgatra udastalochana.
Paribhramadgatra udasalochana.
Vishirna bhavang rishi shiroruhopatad.
Vishirna bahu angri shirorhu patat.
Yata nagendro lulito nabasvata.
Yata nagendro lulito nabhasvata.
When the Lord hit the demon nonchalantly, the demon began to stagger around. His eyes popped out, and his hands, feet, and hair scattered about. Like a tree uprooted by a strong wind, he fell to the ground. Immediately, the demon fell to the ground with all his limbs staggered all around. Nagendra means a large tree. Lulitam means uprooted, like a large tree uprooted by because of the tornado, just like it falls down. Like that, for a small, nonchalantly hitting of the Lord's front feet upon the lower part of the ear of Hiranyaksha, he fell like a uprooted tree. Something like that. Then what happened? He fell flat on the surface of the earth. That's what it is said. He fell on the Bhumandala. Shitau Shayanam Tamano Tamakunta Varchasam.
Shitau Shayanam Tamakuntha Varchasam.
Karaladam Shram Paridashta Daschadam.
Karaladam Shram Paridastadachadam.
Ajadayo Viksha Sasashmuragata.
Ajadayo Vikshasasham Suragata.
Aho imam ko nulabeta samstitim.
Aho imam ko nulabheta samsthitim.
Seeing the demon with terrible fangs biting his lips, glowing brightly, Brahma and the Devatas praised the Supreme Lord, saying, who would not attain such a fortunate death? Because Hiranyaksha was killed by the Supreme Lord, Lord Brahma is glorifying the Lord. What kind of a fortunate death he attained from the hands of the Supreme Lord himself? So like that, Lord Brahma is saying, which is very difficult even for the great yogis, like that Brahma would say. Yam yogino yoga samadhi naraho.
Yam yogino yoga samadhi naraho.
Dhyayanti lingad asato mumukshaya.
Dayanti lingot ashato mumukshaya.
Tasaitya daitya rishabha padahato.
Tashyashya daita rishabha padahato.
Mukam prapasyam tanumustam ustasarjaha.
Mukam prapasyam stanum utsasarjaha.
Struck by the foot of the Lord, upon whom the yogis meditate in samadhi, he is in solitary places, with a desire to become free from the subtle body, a product of matter. The best of demons gave up his body while seeing the lotus feet of the Lord. The demon looking at the Supreme Lord Varaha gave up his body, having fallen flat on the ground. In this verse, it mentions that the Lord's foot struck the demon. In verse 25, it mentions that the hand of the Lord struck the demon. Since the two front feet of the boar are also his hands, there is no contradiction. Because the Lord is in the form of a boar, either we can say them as four legs or we can say them as the hands of the Lord. But whichever case that is being hit by that, he fell flat. So like that. So Hiranyaksa, looking at the beautiful form of the Lord, gave up his body. So like that. Etau tau parshadavasya
एतौ तौ पार्षदावस्य
शापाद्यातौ agasadgatim
शापाधातवसादितिम्
पुनः कटिपयै स्थानम्
पुनः कतिपये स्थानम्
प्रपस्ते तेह जन्मभिः.
प्रपस्ते एतेह जन्मभिः. These
The two
two
demons, no, I will read Mataji. The two demons were associates of the Lord, but because of a curse, they were born as demons. They will again attain their position in the spiritual world after some birth. This Lord Brahma is saying to himself, these were the two Jaya Vijaya who were crushed by four Kumaras appeared as demons. Anyway, they will be killed by the Lord and they will go back home back to Godhead and they will resume their service as the doorkeepers of Lord Vishnu. This is what Brahmaji is thinking within himself. He did not say out, but he was saying to himself. Now the Devatas are offering prayers to the Supreme Lord because the Devatas, for the benefit of the Devatas, the Lord killed the demon. They are expressing their gratitude to the Supreme Lord. Deva Uchuhu.
Deva Uchu.
Namo Namaste Kila Yajna Tantave.
Namo Namaste Akhila Yajna Tantave.
Tito Gruhita Mala Sattva Murtaye.
Tito Gruhita Mala Sattva Murtaye.
Tishtahatoyam Jagatamaruntadas.
Tishtaya Hatoyam Jagatamaruntuda.
Tvatpada Bhaktya Vayamisha Nirvrita.
Tvatpada Bhaktya Vayamisha Nivruta.
The Devata said, we offer repeated respects to you, the distributor of all sacrifices, who have accepted a form of pure sattva for protecting the world. By good fortune, you have killed this tormenting demon. The Devatas are telling that by our good fortune, today, you have killed this tormenting demon. Since the time of they entered into the womb, they are tormenting us. Every day the tormenting is increasing only. And today somehow we have become free of that. So like that. That's how Devatas are expressing their gratitude to Supreme Lord. Then Maitreya will continue what happened afterwards. Maitreya Uvacha.
Maitreya Uvacha.
Evam Hiranyaksha Mahas Asayya Vikramam.
Evam Hiranyaksham Asahya Vikramam.
Sasadayitva Hariradi-shukara.
Sasaditva Harir Adi Shukraha.
Jagamalokam Samakanditostavam.
Jagamalokkam swam akanditossavam.
Samedita pushkara vistaradibi.
Samedita pushkara vistaradibihi.
Then Maitreya says, "O Vidura, having killed the king of the demons, who had intolerable prowess, Asaya Vikramam." Okay, the Lord, the original boar, Adi Shukara, Hari Adi Shukara, praised by Brahma, Pushkara Vistara. Brahma is called as Pushkara Vistara because Brahma is manifest from lotus flower. And the Devatas went to his own abode of unlimited bliss, Akandita Ustavam. Then after killing the demon like that and after accepting the prayers offered by Brahma and other Devatas, the Supreme Lord went back to his own spiritual world, spiritual abode Vaikuntha. Then what happened? Maya yatanuktamava avadite hare.
Maya yatanuktam avadite hare.
Krutavatarasya sumitra cheshtitam.
Krutavatarasya sumitra cheshtitam.
Yata hiranyaksha udara vikramo.
Yata hiranyaksha udara vikramo.
Mahamrude krida navannirakrute.
Mahamride kridanavan nirakrita.
So here Maitreya says that Maya yata anuktam avadite hare. I have recited to you the story of the Lord as the boar avatara, as Varaha avatara, in which Hiranyaksha was killed by the Lord in battle like a plaything, just as I have heard from the Guru. So whatever I have heard from my Guru, the same way I have repeated to you. Like that Maitreya is saying. So Maitreya is also acknowledging his own Guru who taught him the story. So in that way. Yata anu uktam means I have said what the Guru has said to me and did not go beyond that. Or it can mean I have gained the meaning of what the Guru said and then I have spoken it to you. I have heard from my Guru, I have understood based on his teachings and I have repeated as it is. Nothing more than that. So Maitreya also kind of acknowledging his gratitude to his own Guru who told him this entire pastime. So like that. So then Maitreya also concluded the story. Then in the Naimisharanya, the Sutta Goswami was speaking to sages of Naimisharanya, Shaunaka Rishis. He will utter a few words of Falashruti. So the last few verses, 30 to 36, the 4 verses of Falashruti, we'll briefly discuss and then we'll complete this chapter. So that next week we will discuss the next chapter onwards. Sutta Uvacha.
Sutta uvacha.
Iti Kaushara Vakyatam.
Iti kaushara vakyatam.
Ashrutya Bhagavad Katam.
Asrutya bhagavat katam.
Kshatanandam Param Lebe.
Chattanandam param lebe.
Mahabhagavato Dvija.
Mahabhagavato dvija.
Sutta Goswami saying, O Shaunaka, hearing the story of the Lord Varaha, recited by Maitreya in this manner, the exalted devotee Vidura became most delighted. Vidura became very happy because he wanted to hear the pastime of the Lord in detail. So he heard everything in detail. So he was very happy. Annesham punya shlokanam.
Anyesham punya shlokanam.
Uddhama yashasam satam.
Uddama yashasham satam.
Upashrutya bhaven moda.
Upashrutya bhaven moda.
Srivastankasya kim punaha.
Srivatsankasya kim punaha.
When one attains such bliss on hearing the stories of the famous devotees such as Yudhishthira, what doubt is there that one will derive bliss from the stories of the Lord marked with Srivasa? Even when we hear about the devotees, we become happy. Then how can one will not become happy by hearing about the Supreme Lord? So like that. So in the previous verse, that when Maitreya spoke this story, Vidura became very happy. Obviously, he's speaking about the Lord. Normally, when we hear about great devotees like Yudhishthira, Punya Shlokana means the great devotees like Yudhishthira, Prahlad, Dhruva and all, we become happy. Then what to speak of? Not becoming happy when we hear about the Supreme Lord. Punya Shloka means Yudhishthira and others. He is famous by the name Punya Shloka. All great devotees are glorified with the name Punya Shloka. So same way, Yudhishthira is also one of the great devotees glorified as Punya Shloka. Then he gives one example. Just like Gajendra was delivered by Lord Hari, the Lord will deliver the devotees who will take pleasure hearing about him. So this is about the Falashruti thing. Yo Gajendram Jashagrastam
Yogajendram Jatagrashtam
Dhyayantam Charanambujam
Dhyayantam Charanambujam
Kroshanti Nam Kare Nunam
Kroshanti Nam Karenunam
Kruchrato Mochayedrutam
Krichrato Mochayadrutam
Tam Sukaradyam Rujibir
Tam Sukaradyam Rujubhir
Ananya Sharanendrabi
Ananya Sharanayadmibhi
Kirtagnya Kona Seveta
Kritajna Kona Seveta
Duraradyam Masadubhi.
Duraradyam Masadubhi.
Here, Sutta Goswami is saying that what grateful person would not worship the Supreme Lord, who quickly rescued the king of the elephants from the material world when he was caught by the crocodile, while his wife lamented as he meditated on the Supreme Lord's lotus feet, and who is willingly worshipped by the sincerely surrendered souls while not by the crooked. He says that even though Gajendra simply meditated upon him, the Lord came and saved him, not only from crocodile but from samsara. Then what to speak of those devotees who positively meditate upon the Supreme Lord? Why would not Lord liberate them? So like that. The Lord delivers humans just by their hearing his pastimes, but he even delivers animals just by their remembrance of the Supreme Lord. If the Lord is delivering the animals, even if they remember the Lord, then what to speak of the human beings who will hear and chant and remember the Lord? Why will not deliver them? What to speak of delivering the elephant from the crocodile? He delivered the elephant even from the material world, even from the samsara. One recognizes that the Lord is the protector of the surrendered souls. Prapanna Haro Hari. One who is grateful, Kritagnya, should always worship the Lord. Then why one will not serve the Lord? Even more than that is when we understand that it is the Lord who is giving us everything. Aham sarvasya prabhava matam sarvam pravartate. The Kritagnya will definitely worship the Supreme Lord. But he is not worshipped by those who are crooked, who surrender to someone else. Duraradhyam asadubhi. But worshipping the Lord is very difficult for the asadhus. But Kritagnya will definitely worship the Supreme Lord without any second thought. So like that. So when the Lord who delivered Gajendra, who just remembered the Lord for his own safety and not only protected Gajendra and delivered him from samsara, then what to speak of the devotees when they surrender to Lord, when they hear about the Lord, when they please so much pleasure about hearing the Lord, why would they not be delivered by the Lord? So like that. So this is how Sutta Goswami kind of indicating the Falashruti. So therefore we should hear about the pastimes of the Lord and discuss the pastimes of the Lord, meditate upon the Lord's pastimes. We will be delivered by the Lord very easily. That is guaranteed. So then he says that Yo vai Hiranyaksa vadam mahadbhutam
Yo vai
Hiranyaksa badam mahadbhutam
Vikriditam karana sukaratmanaha
Vikriditam karanasukaratmanah
Shrunoti gayati anumodatenjasa
शृणोति गायति अनुमोदते njasa.
विमोच्यते ब्रह्म वदादपि द्विजा.
विमुच्यते ब्रह्म बदात् अपि द्विजः.
O Brahmanas, the person who hears, chants, or relishes the astonishing pastime of Lord Varaha killing Hiranyaksa in order to save the earth will be easily delivered from the sin of killing a Brahmana. Even a person can be delivered from Brahmahatya by hearing and discussing and remembering on this pastime. Shrunoti, Gayati, and Anumodate. This verse encourages even those with material desires to listen this pastime. So even a person who did Brahmahatya can be delivered by hearing this pastime. Then what to speak of others? They will be easily delivered from this material world. So like that. Etan mahapunyamalam pavitram.
एतन्महापुण्यमलं पवित्रम्
Dhanyam yashasyam padamayurashisham.
धान्यं यशस्यं पदम् आयुराशिषम्
Pranendriyanam yudhisauryavardhamam.
प्राणेन्द्रियाणां युधिशौर्यवर्धनाम्
Narayanoante gatiranga shrunvatam.
नारायणो अन्ते गदिर् अङ्गशृण्वताम्.
O Shaunaka, the Supreme Lord will be the shelter at the time of death for those people who hear the story, which elevates one to Swarga, which purifies one's heart, which brings wealth to the hearer, which brings the fame, position, blessings of long life, and prowess of the senses and life heirs during the battle. So basically, for people in general, if anybody hear this, they will get whatever they want. Therefore, somehow or other, hear the pastime of the Supreme Lord. If you want material benefit, you will get it. If you want spiritual benefit, you will get it. So in all aspects, it is beneficial only. It is no way meaningless or useless. Something like that. So in this way, Sudha Goswami, the offering is words of Falashruti at the end of this pastime to the sages of Naimisharanya. So thus, we have completed the pastime of Lord Varaha, appearing in both Swayambhu Manvantara as well as in Chakshusha Manvantara. In Swayambhu Manvantara, being prayed by Lord Brahma, he appeared from the nostril of Brahma and entered into Garbhoda Kosha, lifted the Bhumandala. And in Chakshusha Manvantara, again being prayed by all the great sages, headed by Brahma, Daksha, and all other Prajapatis, again appeared and lifted the Bhumandala. And while doing so, Hiranyaksa came and stopped the Lord. And Lord had a good fight with Hiranyaksa and killed him and delivered him, and then went back to his own abode. So like the two pastimes of Lord Varaha are described in these chapters, starting from chapter 13 to 19. So 7 chapters. Hare Krishna. So it's late. Thank you very much. But anyway, anyone has any questions? Hare Krishna. Devotees have any
Hare Krishna,
questions?
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, I have one
No,
question.
Prabhuji, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Ah.
Prabhuji, this Varadev, when he killed this Hiranyaks, then he returned back to their spiritual world.
Yes.
And then again he appeared as a Ravana Kumkaran in this next life.
See, now the Lord Varaha came. That time Lord Rama will come. The different personality will come. In spiritual world, we have spiritual Ayodhya, also spiritual Varaha Loka, also spiritual Kurma Loka, spiritual Matsya Loka. All these different lokas for different avatars are there. That person will come and do his pastime and go back.
No, my question is whether this after killing the Hiranyaks, the Hiranyaks was getting liberated, and again he will reappear in this next kalpa.
See, in a previous class, we already discussed. Yeah. Only an Amsha of Jaya Vijaya came and appeared as the demons. So Jaya Vijaya were already there in Vaikuntha. Because of the curse of 4 Kumaras, their Hamshas appeared as, first time they appeared as Hiranyaksa Hiranyakashipu. Second time they will appear Ravana Kumbhakarna. Third time they will appear as Shishupal Dantavakra.
Yeah.
So it is only their Hamshas are appearing here. So like that, Acharya say.
Okay. Okay.
Now, Prabhuji, one question I had. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, what
Little
was the
louder.
reason for the earth being submerged?
Bhagavatam says that it is Lord's desire. It was Lord's desire so that all these pastimes can take place. Lord only orchestrated the pralaya. When Lord appeared as Matsya to King Satyavrata, he told that in 7 days from today there will be a pralaya. That pralaya was also orchestrated by the Lord so that all the other follow-up pastimes will take place. After that pralaya, so all these leelas are happening, which we will discuss in Canto 6. We will discuss about what all happened afterwards after the pralaya. 6th canto,
So during
7th
the
canto,
both
8th canto, 9th
Manvantaras,
canto, all the avatars appeared because of the pralaya only.
Okay. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Any other devotees have any questions? Okay.
No,
If there are
Prabhuji,
no,
thank you. No,
thank you.
Prabhuji, no, Prabhuji. Thank you.
So
No
we'll
question.
stop here. Thank you very much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhaktivinoda ki jai.
Jai.